Hi there, this is Linda and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. In this video, I'm putting together my Project Life spread for the week of March 25th through March 31st, 2024, and I'm working with the March Stories by the Month kit from Ali Edwards. Let's go ahead and dive right in. Okay, you guys, this is the final week of March, and I'm going to be working with the March Stories by the Month from Ali Edwards. So I printed out my photos, and I didn't make the mistake that I made last time that I'm working with this kit of printing too many photos, because I would like to have a lot of the cards from the kit. There's just so much goodness in the kit. So I'm thinking I'm going to do these. When I have these 9 3x4s, I tend to either do 5 photos or 4 photos and kind of make this alternating pattern. I have this one that I'm covering up. I made a flyer for my boss's retiring, and I used some of Ali Edwards' digital products to do it. So I wanted to include it in here. So because this is the Stories by the Month, I've been like putting ephemera in here all month. And obviously this is way more than I need for this, but I will probably go back and put whatever's left in my journal. But these are just like the pieces of ephemera that I collected. So I'm just gonna put that off to the side for now and then go through the kit. So I'm working with the March Stories by the Month, which I have the packaging here. I guess there's nothing else left in there. I put the die cuts in this little tray. I have my stamp set, which I rarely use the stamp set in these spreads. I think I mentioned that before, but I rarely use the stamp set in these spreads because a lot of the sentiments and designs are the same as on the cards, but I do use them in the future. So then there's these. I think I probably want to just punch these out and stick them in with the die cuts. We'll open this. The way that they're doing these now, they just kind of fall out of the backing on their own. See, they're just coming out, which I don't love, but honestly, it's way better than the ones when they like don't come out. I hate when they like are hard to punch out of the backing, because I like to move them around and be able to like lay them out ahead of time before I put them down. So these are all these cute tags. So I really like that. I'm probably going to use those, but let's see what we have in the cards. So I think these are out of order. I've got, that one's vertical. So I have 2 4x6 spots, which I actually know what I'm gonna put in those. So I don't need many of these. Some of these though, I could cut them down. Like this would be cute to cut down. And like that one. Okay, so the March looks like this. That's where I put my ephemera. I don't love that this one was a little different this month. I don't know why they did that, but it still works. As long as they have it every month, I'm happy with that. And then this one for my title card. And then let's see, we've got these. This one's cute. This one's cute. So I'm thinking, what stories do I need to tell? So let's see, this week I had, just looking at what, I'm looking at my planner off camera to see what I have going on. Not a ton went on this week, like a lot of little random stories, a lot of crafting. It was very rainy. Yeah, so I don't know that I have like a specific day. I guess I could tell a story of Saturday. Yeah, a lot happened on Saturday, and actually this photo and this photo are both from Saturday. So maybe I will put those 2 here and tell the story of Saturday on this card. And then let's see, there's the calendar card. I definitely want to include this one. I've been using those each month. The currently celebrating. So Easter was this week, but none of these things. Easter, I think, showed up on the April one, so I could pull that, but I didn't really do anything for Easter. So I'm thinking I'm not going to use that one. It's another 4x6. I'm not using these this year. Let's see, this one's cute. I need something for there. I'm thinking like a filler, like this one maybe. And then I need something for like random journaling. So these are like a lot of patterns. March looks like this. Honestly, I don't know that I want that because I have that one. Might want to save that. And then this, oh, the stickers. Don't want to miss those. And then let's see, this one's more of a 4x6. So there's a lot of 4x6s. Moment in time. So I probably want this one for some journaling. And that could just be like an overview. This week I was like trying to take it slow because I was very tired from the week before. But then I think I need like a card to just have like a bullet point list of things. So let's see, I don't really have a great one for that in here. So I'm thinking I might need to like make my own. This one, I think there was one like this in the last one, and I think I cut it. Or I thought about cutting it. I don't even remember now. Those are not cards, those are vellum. I do like this one. I can make my own card by cropping this down and putting that like there, but I feel like if I just have one, it's gonna look a little weird. I might just cut it though to make it filler. I kind of like that look. To have another filler there, and then have, just trying to decide what I want to do for my last journal card. I'm kind of considering making one. Maybe putting this and like making that a title on my own journaling card that I make up. Let's see, what do I have in these? Like I could put like that as a title on it. And then I'm thinking I really like these like laid around. March, let's see, just this there. I like this sentiment here, but I feel like it goes onto my toes a little bit. So maybe I'll put that one, and then I'm not going to put those two next to each other. Obviously, I'll put this one over here. I like this sentiment, but it doesn't really go with any of my photos besides, oh, actually it goes with the gym. I'll put it, like it's going to cover up part of the photo, but that's okay. Maybe like that. And then put this one there. Okay. And then what was, oh yeah, I was gonna crop this down to make a filler. Okay, so I think that's a good basic start to my layout. And then I think I'm gonna put you guys on fast forward and go from here. Okay, you guys, so I really enjoyed putting this spread together, and I don't know what it is so much about them, but this year I'm really loving the Stories by the Month kits and just really enjoying creating with them. So much so that I've been considering doing 2 spreads per month with them, as opposed to some of the other products that I've been using, or maybe pulling them in my stash busting spread. I'm not sure yet, but let me know your thoughts. But you will see at the end of this video that I really struggled because there's so many pieces that are so great in this kit that I wanted to use, and I just can't use them all. And if you saw my video last month where I used the February Stories by the Month, I kind of mentioned that in the beginning of the video, how I added an insert just because I wanted to use so many pieces. And so I printed out fewer photos this week on purpose so that I could use a lot of pieces from the kit. Anyways, I'm moving on to this 4x6 card here, which is one of my favorites. And I apologize, I was cutting a little bit off camera here, but this one says March looks like this. And one of these cards comes in every single one of the Stories by the Month kits this year. And I'm using them to collect ephemera from over the month. And I'm having so much fun slipping ephemera into the tray. So you see the tray in the top right corner of the screen. That is where I keep my monthly kit. And I have like the next few monthly kits laid out in these before I'm ready to use them. And what I do is I've just been slipping ephemera into those trays with the kit as I live the month. And then by the time I'm ready to put the spread together, it's all there and available for me to pull from. I did struggle a bit here, though, to narrow down which ephemera I wanted to include because there are only 5 pieces or 5 spots on this card for pieces of ephemera, and I collected more like 10 pieces, maybe more than that. You'll see in a little bit I will bring the stack of ephemera back on screen. I think it was on screen at the beginning of the video, but I decided to include on here some stamps. If you are someone who's curious, like what kind of ephemera do I collect? So I included some postage stamps that were on some mail I received internationally. And this is a box from a new duct vent for my dryer because I redid my laundry room this month. The colorful pattern there is a piece of the wallpaper that I put up in my in my laundry room, and I had some left over. And then there's a tag from a piece of a basket that I also purchased for the laundry room. I think it was a basket. No, it was for a kitchen towel. Just a few things that I got for the house. And then this last one, you saw me going through the stack there. This was a box from some nail polish that's like restorative because I have cracking nails that are getting damaged. I think from wearing nail polish all the time, but just I've always kind of had not the best fingernails. So I put that on there to kind of remember the fact that I was using that at this point in time. I really struggled though to narrow down that ephemera stack, and what I ended up doing was actually moving a few of the things to the next week to include just in my spread or some of them to even the next month because they were things that applied to both months. Now I'm moving on to the other side of the page, and I decided to switch that card with the circular one. At this point in time, I don't even remember why I decided to switch them, but I decided to switch it, crop down that right now card, which was probably a vertical 4x6, but I don't really use vertical 4x6s. So I cut it in half to make a 3x4, and I like that the text is actually going vertically on it. I think that is just a fun design element, and added one of the chipboard tags from the kit. I'm adding a lot of the chipboard tags on various cards here, and I just loved that shape and a lot of the sentiments, so I was trying to find ways to use many of them on this spread. So I was able to put one on that photo of the home gym on the bottom left there, and this one was a photo of all the mulch stacked up in my garage waiting for me to do the yard work. On this today card, I'm just going to do some journaling about Saturday. And in one of my recent videos, I talked a lot about how I do my journaling in Project Life. But to expand on that, or if you haven't seen that one thing I will do is recap a day when it is a very busy day. So I don't recap most of my days in my Project Life. I don't sit here and say, this is what happened Monday, and this is what happened Tuesday, and this is what happened Wednesday. To me, that is what I put in my daily journal. And I honestly don't do it everywhere or all the time because I don't need to record every single moment or every single memory gets stressful if you feel like you need to record it all. But I do like to do a summary of specific days that had, just a lot going on. So this Saturday this week was a lot of stuff getting done around the house, so I wanted to document that. This photo here is me taking a walk at work, so I added that little March tag. I'm very cognizant to try to use the elements from the kit that say March, or especially ones that say March 2024, because they're not very applicable to other spreads, and it will be hard to use them in the future. This card here that says Everyday Moments, I'm using to add some journaling just about how tired I was this week and how I was trying to take it easier, which I think worked really well next to the photo of my cat on the couch, just kind of relaxing. I don't know. I liked that photo. It was just a peaceful photo. The house was all clean and my cat was just curled up there and everything just looked nice. So I was happy to include that. And I think that's another reminder that if you look at the photos for this week, there really isn't anything like there's no big events. It's, my journal, my cat on the couch, me taking a walk, and then just various areas of my home. So I don't think that you really need to have anything super fancy going on. You don't need to, go out with friends all the time or go on vacation or do all these flashy things to take photos of, to document. And you don't have to have small children to document, to do Project Life and enjoy it. I like looking at this and seeing how peaceful this week looks on my spread here because of these quiet home photos, in contrast to the week before, which was kind of a crazy week. If you haven't seen that one yet, you might want to go check out that video, because that one I was working with the Around Here story kit, and there were just a lot of stories to fit into that one week and that one spread. Here I have the opposite, where there just isn't a lot going on, which gives me the opportunity to include the the ephemera and include, these little photos of random details that I will love to look back on, like which magazines was I looking at this week? And what does my living room look like right now? Or the front of my house, that picture of my house in the dark there. It might be hard to see what it is, but it's looking at my garage in the dark and everything is wet because it was raining so much this week. And so you can see the lights reflecting off the driveway pretty well. I wanted to use some of the die cuts. So now I'm going through them. And this is kind of where I said earlier about me struggling with there's so many cute things that I wanted to use on the spread, but I already put all those chipboard pieces down. So I didn't really have a lot of spaces left to put pieces from the ephemera piece set. So you can see I really wanted to include this one, but I really decided it just didn't add anything. And there is a point where you really have to edit, and not include so much stuff. This one here said 3/24, so I wanted to make sure to use it because it was dated, and this is the last spread of March 2024. So once I finish this one up, I don't know that I would get a chance to use it. Maybe in my mini-me album, but so far I haven't planned any projects in there, and it is now getting towards the end of April. So I'm not sure that I'm going to go back and do more March 2024 documenting. So I'm happy that I was able to use that piece. I'm just slipping everything into the pockets and making some final adjustments, making sure that I like the way that everything looks, the way it's laid out. I'm looking at balance between the colors. So I have the darker photos next to white cards. I have, the lighter photos next to darker cards. I have a balance of journaling and photos across the spread. And I'm just kind of making sure that everything just kind of feels balanced to me. I do also like to lump photos next to the words that are about them, but it doesn't always work out that way. I try to get it balanced. Here's a look at that completed spread. And you guys, thank you so much for being here. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. And I hope to see you guys all in the next one. Bye.